Hey, what's up guys? Still Rain here and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be doing the synopsis today on my BQE Pixel build. Originally this was supposed to be a full-on build video, but somehow the file got corrupted and I can't exactly go back, take this all apart and rebuild it. So I'll just go over some of the building points here and show you some of the components, and then we'll get on to the maiden line of sight flight video, and we'll also do some FPV footage as well. So we'll go ahead and get started. As you can see right now, we'll start from the outside in, using the DYS 1104 7000 kV motors. Pretty cheap, pretty decent motors. I've heard good and bad things about them, but I guess I'll find out. I heard they get real hot, but any motors this size is bound to do that, especially spinning that high of an RPM on a 3S type battery. So these are Furious FPV props, 4-blade. I haven't tested these yet. Right now they're just press fit on there, pretty tight, so I didn't put any screws in them. I don't think they're going to spin anywhere. And then of course we have the BQE Pixel Frame, pretty lightweight. As you can see down below, I don't know, I'll try to show a close-up of this. I basically mounted the 10 amp 4-in-1 Sunrise Cicada D-Shot 4-in-1 ESC to the bottom using VHB tape. Try to keep it nice and low weight. And right above it is the Airbot Omnibus F4 Nano version 3 with the LC filter. And that's just stuck on with some clear double-sided sticky tape. I didn't use any hardware of any sort, trying to keep the weight down and vibrations down. And right above that is the FrSky XM Plus receiver. It's fed up through the back here and into these antenna tubes to keep them nice and safe and out of the way. That's pretty much it for the stack. All I did was run the motor wires along the arms and just soldered them right up. Now originally I was going to use the Runcam Micro Swift and the Eachine TX03 with this build, which I still am planning on using. Just didn't want to hack up the normal camera mount here. So what I did is I grabbed a Eachine TX02 all-in-one FPV camera and transmitter, antenna, everything, and gonna go ahead and I kind of ghetto rigged it on there, as you can see, with a couple zip ties, but from testing it, it works fine. I'm not a big fan of the field of view or the quality that comes out of the camera lens itself, but it is what it is until my parts come in. And BQE does make a different 3D printed top here for the Runcam Micro Swift and the VTX03, so that should be in here in a few days. But for the meantime, to get this thing up and flying and do a maiden and fly it around, I think this will be just fine. So that's pretty much it, guys. I still have a little bit. I'm probably going to cut this down a little bit here. The battery lead seems a little bit long, but I'll do that in the future. So right now I'm going to go ahead and get a weight here, let you guys see the all-up weight. Zeroed out. And right now, as it sits, sitting at 66 grams, which is pretty respectable. I'm going to be flying with the Gens Ace 520 milliamp 30C 3-cell battery. So I'll pop that on there. So it shoots it up to about 112 grams, which isn't too bad considering this is a big battery. The battery just by itself is 45 grams, so that says a lot about it right there. And one last thing before we do the line of sight maiden on this thing. Instead of using a battery strap on the bottom, basically I just wrapped a small rubber band around the two sides and it fits in there just perfect. No more battery straps. The rubber band holds it in nice, tight, and securely, so I think that's a pretty good option that you should consider on this build. So with that, guys, we'll go ahead and get started with the line of sight footage. Alright guys, here goes the line of sight maiden. I'm going to try to keep it close and in the sun so you guys can see what's going on here. See how this thing acts.
Engines armed.
hovering at about 40%. Not bad. A little bit of oscillations there. It's going to need some PID tuning. Do like a full punch out here. Pretty much gone quick. You could hear some vibration, so it's doing pretty well for that. Hopefully it's showing up on the camera. Do another quick punch out here. Wow, that went horribly wrong. Like something came out of balance or whack there. Yeah, it looked like I might have to fix the camera there. Rig it a little bit better. Alright guys, so this is going to be take 2 since the first take went horribly wrong with a crash. It was actually freaking hilarious if you ask me, but it is what it is. That's why you do your line of sight flight tests and everything, make sure everything's alright beforehand. Basically what happened was one of the antenna tubes came off. It was either the antenna tube or the camera I had ghetto rigged on there came off and came loose, hit the props, broke 2 of the rear props, and it didn't even cut the antennas. The props just ripped them right off of the receiver. So I just found new ones, and I found out hot glue is my friend. So went ahead and hot glued things a little bit better, and hopefully this second go around will go better. We'll try this again. Wanted to change props anyway. These Gemfan 2035x4s are a lot better.
Engines armed.
Seems to be flying just fine now. Do a little punch out with these props since these are, I think these are more powerful. It pretty much disappears pretty quick. Like I said, still have some PID tuning to do, but overall I think it's actually smoother with these props. Doesn't sound like there's as many vibrations. Got plenty of power. Still hovering about around 40%. Do another quick punch out here. Pretty quick on 3S. Got a pretty decent roll rate. I might up that a little bit. A little bit of oscillations. Oh, it actually seems like it's flying better now that it's crashed. We have to see how the FPV footage is. Seems like it's going to be pretty quick. It's moving pretty good. Pretty nimble little frame. I'm glad it crashed in the grass instead of out there on the pavement. Go ahead and call this one quits, guys, and go ahead and get on with the FPV footage.
Engine disabled.